Konnichiwa! Today I'm going to show you around 3 vintage digital Seiko watches. Right, first things first, I've got a cold, so please forgive any snuffles or strange sounding tone to my voice. Secondly, regular viewers to my channel will know, but if you're not familiar with my style, I'm not an expert. I just show you around the stuff that I've got. So I've acquired these 3. I've got a bit obsessed with vintage Seiko Digitals recently. I got these 3. I thought you might like to have a little look. And thirdly, that's it, I think. Yeah, oh yeah, thirdly, I might be a little bit rambling. My mind is a little foggy and hazy from the cold. So please forgive me all these foibles. Let's get cracking. We'll start with this big one. This is a vintage, I say vintage, and it is vintage, it's 1977, and it's a Seiko Quartz LC. Now they haven't got a name as such, and forgive the reflections. It's a bit tricky to angle really well, but because there's different colors and materials and reflections. Anyway, what I wanted to get at first is this Quartz LC. So I assume LC that stands for liquid crystal. So bearing in mind this is 1977, the model is on the back, and it's the Seiko 0439. I'm reading it off my paper, you can't really see it on there. 0439-4009, and it is there it is. Hang on a sec, can you see there at the top? Let's get that in focus so you can see if you're really keen. There we go. That's the model number. It's the module number. The first 4 digits are the module number, and the second 4 digits I think are the model. So this is 1977. So what's that? 23, 40, 48 years old, this watch. And for digital, now this the thing, I was showing this to my family, and they were going, oh yeah, whatever, because digital is ubiquitous, isn't it? Everything is digital. It seems, Casio watch, whatever, a cheap 15 quid digital watch is nothing fancy. However, this is 1977. This is fancy, I reckon. So I'm showing it to you on my wrist. I've got a big wrist, 7.5-inch wrist. And this, if I can get the angling right so you can actually see it, I think that looks pretty cool. Now, that's not in any... Oh, I can't think of the phrase I'm looking for. Anyway, it's the bracelet that does it, I think. The head unit itself is relatively modest. I'm going to measure it for you. But it's the bracelet that really makes it look chunky. So, width of the entire body, 35 millimeters, and the height, now as you'll have noticed, it's an integrated bracelet, so difficult to actually measure, but I'm just going to go to sort of where it starts to dip. It's 27, 28 millimeters. So a modest sized head. The dial, it's difficult when you're talking digital, isn't it? Because the dial itself, the actual bit of time, is very small, but we're used to that, aren't we, with digital watches. I'm going to quickly show you around this with some of its features. Firstly, the design and the layout. We've got this very sturdy metal. That's actually metal. It's stainless steel, the watch case, and it has the crystal slightly proud, flat crystal. What is that material? I think that's probably acrylic, I would say. I've polished it with the what's it called, polywatch, and the little scratches did come out, which suggests that it is acrylic. And then inside there is the little module with little face plates. It's all quite straightforward. If I can get this angled so you can see it. Not really. Oh, there we go. So it's got Seiko at the top. It's grey, quite straightforward, with a little window to show the digital time. And then down the bottom, Quartz LC month, date. And right down at the bottom right, let's see if this works. Hang on. This is super high tech. No, that doesn't work, does it? I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it off camera. It says Japan. Actually, you can see that. Japan. With the little, I don't know what that little squiggle is. If somebody can tell me, I'd really appreciate it. It's the little Seiko sort of rounded square. Oh, I should have looked that up. I've seen it everywhere on Seiko, and it's never occurred to me to look it up. Right, what does this watch do? Right, it's got the time, AM and PM, not 24-hour clock, just AM and PM. The shadows are a little bit frustrating. I do apologise. And then you can cycle through the... Oh, no, you can't cycle through anything. You keep your finger on the top button. There's 3 buttons. 1, 2, 3. Top button, and you get the date, and it's an American format, so it's the 18th of the 1st. And it just stays on very briefly. So that's it. I love that. Nice and simple. No extraneous features. The time, seconds, what's the date? Oh yeah, 18th, back to the time. Now it does have another cool feature. It has a light. So that's really cool. So the bottom right button is a light. It's an old-fashioned light. It's not white or bright in any way. In the middle of the night, you can just about make out the time using that. But it is there, it's good, it's useful. And then this, I'm not going to do it because it's a right faff changing the time, but this is just to set the time and the date and stuff. So that's that. The back is a screw-on case with the writing serial code, serial number and everything. It says water resist. What else could... Oh yes, and the bracelet. Now the bracelet is integrated. It came... I got it from Japan and it was tiny, which is to be expected. Very tricky to find a big bracelet, so I've got a new old stock bracelet, and it's a B301. The original, it says that the model of the bracelet is stamped there, and it's B301, so that's the Seiko B301 bracelet, and it's really lovely, isn't it? I like it. And altogether, altogether it makes for a good, sturdy, chunky, attractive 1977 sort of 80s style digital watch. That one, love that one. I'll put that to one side. Next on our little odyssey is this wonderful thing. Now this is a Seiko F033-5040. Okay, so let's zoom in on that and I'll show you around this. Right at the bottom, underneath the gold quartz, it says Japan. Does it? Yeah, Japan F033-50305. But if we look on the back, it says F033-5040. So F033 is the module. Is that right? That's my understanding. And then the 5040 is the model number. And then within that, there are variations. And this one, according to the tiny writing on the bottom of the face, is F033-50305. There you go. That's my cold brain kicking in. Sorry. Stick with me because it's worth it for having a look at these watches. So this is from 1978. And there it is ticking away. Now this is a lot simpler than the other one. It only does the day and the date. Sorry, it does the time, the day and the date. Hang on a sec. Saturday 18. It doesn't say the month. Oh, I've just noticed that. That's really weird. I mean, obviously I know it's January. Well, I know it's January. You wouldn't know if you're watching this in March. Actually, that's a good point, isn't it? It's the 18th. It's Saturday the 18th. And it stays on the date window. I have to manually put it back. And that's all. It has one button, which you have if you need a little pencil or a toothpick or something to get to change the settings, which is a good idea, good feature. Otherwise, top right button, just to get to the date. This is a significantly different proposition from the other one. I say significantly, it isn't significantly, is it? The actual dial size, there's more space for the, well, you can see what I'm talking about. The numbers are slightly different size. The one on the left, the numbers are bigger, but the space is smaller. The numbers are smaller, but the space is bigger. The layout of the seconds is slightly different. Now this has a weird but lovely sort of paper effect to the dial. Hang on, let me get a good angle. There we go. That's lovely, isn't it? I think that's lovely. Right, I'm going to put it on. Oh, hang on, I should show you the so the bracelet is integrated as well, and really nice 70s 80s style. And the bracelet on this one is called, snappily, the XYA 0102. No, XYA 010L. XYA 010L. I'll put it in the details. The back is a snap-on back. It's got it's stainless steel. It's got the various serial numbers and stuff. This is what it looks like on. It's got one of these infinitely adjustable hook clasps, which I really like. It makes for a nice smooth clasp, and it closes nicely. And that's what it looks like on my 7.5-inch wrist. Now, I personally love that. I love the fact that it's so small and diminutive and thin and just super 70s and 80s. Really cool. My family think it's a bit too small. So the clasp is cool. It's all really good quality. This is the 70s, and they're making these things properly in those days. Seiko stainless steel on that bit. Over here, no markings of any sort, but it's all really nicely made, and the bracelet is fantastic. Has a really lovely smoothness to it, and just fantastic. Right, measurements, sorry, let's get this measured. So this is 31 millimeters across and 24 millimeters tall. So modest again, but man, that is lush. I personally think that is lush. I personally think these are lush, really cool, really cool. When I was a kid, I would have killed for one. Well, I wouldn't have literally killed. I would have loved one of these. Okay, last in our funny little journey of Seiko Digital Watches is this little fella. And I shouldn't say fella, really, because it's a lady's watch. So this little lady. This is the Seiko B122-4010. And this one is from 1980. The bracelet model is Z609. And let's get these the right way around. The module, there you go. So it B122-4010. And 1980, according to the internet, this comes from. This is from 1980. Now this really is small. So width is 26 millimeters. Height of the actual watch body is 21 millimeters. Really tiny. If I take the first one and compare, so I mean the dial real estate is significantly smaller. The digits themselves are significantly smaller. There's something different about the digits. I'm going to see if we can spot it. Hang on, I'll take the other one. I'll put that back onto time and see if we can see the difference. Right, they're zooming in. So this left one with this lovely linen dial, the digits are there's like a shadow that they're projected onto the surface, and they seem to project a shadow. This one, there is no shadow, there is no surface as such. They are, I don't know where they are. I don't know how they're there. Is it the same on this one? Yes. So the other one, there's a shadow. The digits are projected. So I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm just trying to make sense of what I'm seeing. These two, there's shadows underneath the digits. This one, there is no shadow. It's different, which is really nice. It's sort of slightly ethereal. But here we go. We'll go into the detail on this one. So this has, again, this black window around the outside within the case itself. The case is metal. The glass is slightly proud. I didn't show you the other one, did I? That one is much flatter. Metal as well. So this one, the window is black, all the way around is black, little silver trim, and then we've got the actual dial itself. Seiko at the top, alarm at the bottom. Now we'll come back to that in a sec. The key, one of the key things about this one is that it's got a crown. So if I turn the crown, I rotate round the features. So here we've got the month, the date, that's the date window, and then here, and then there we've got the time, back to the time, hang on, date window, and oh man, I think my fingers are too big for this watch. There we go, the alarm. So I've set the alarm for 3:58. I'm going to set the alarm now. So the time is 12:27 and 20 seconds. So go onto the alarm window, pull the crown out, and then I'm going to set the alarm for 12:28. Let's see if I get this right. It scrolls through nice and easily, even with my chunky fingers. There we go. Set. Back to the time. Back to the time window. Here we go. And we'll patiently wait. Whilst we do wait, one more feature that this watch has is a light. Let's see if we can see it. There we go. Very, very modest. Again, you can see in the night with it. Here we go. Here's the alarm. Are you ready? Nice. That's a lovely alarm. 20 seconds it goes. I assume the three little dots at the top is where the alarm sound is coming from. That's cool. That is a super cool little watch. So there we go. Main dial, time. Just turn it round. That shows me what time the alarm's set. Turn it round again. That's my day date. So 18th is American format. Back to the time. It's really cool. And that crown is a wonderful feature to have on a digital watch. Really nice combination. Did I say 1980? This one 1980, right? And the bracelet, similar to the other one that I showed you earlier, very similar, but significantly smaller. The clasp is the same hook with the sort of infinite adjust thing. Lovely. Now it does fit on my wrist. I'm going to show you it. So it's sold as a lady's watch. I thought it doesn't matter. I like small watches. I'll get it anyway. I think I might be pushing it somewhat. Hang on, let's get it on the time. Yeah. So that's it on my 7.5-inch wrist. I think it is too small for me. It definitely is too small. So aesthetics aside, opinions aside, the bracelet tapers really, really small. It tapers to 1 centimeter, 10 millimeters. That's aside, I can't even read it without my glasses. That on my wrist, I can't actually read the time. The digits are so small. Anyway, thanks very much for sticking with me through this cold induced rambling style video, but hopefully you've got something out of it, because they're cool, aren't they? 3 vintage Seiko watches. So the first one 1977, middle one 1978, and then this one 1980. Seiko did some cool stuff in the early days of digital. Definitely worth checking out if you like that sort of thing. And I didn't take a huge amount of effort to find these ones, which I think are in pretty damn good condition. They all work, all the features work, the buttons are good and crisp. The bracelets, this one I haven't cleaned properly yet. Needs a little bit of cleaning, but otherwise nice. Okay. Right, thanks guys, I really appreciate it. A comment would be nice. Keep it kind. Bear in mind I don't feel very well. Likes, subscribe would be great. Have a look around my channel. I do watches, knives and EDC stuff. Have a look around, there might be something else that you fancy the look of. That's it. Okay, thanks guys, see you soon.